Hello class. The purpose of this video is to show you how to find b, or the y-intercept, from a graph or from an equation. So both of those are pretty straightforward situations. If you have a graph, the y-intercept is the spot, like the definition of the y-intercept is that it's the spot where the graph, where the line crosses through the y-axis. So you may remember, hopefully, that the y-axis is this vertical axis here, and wherever you see the line crossing through, that's going to be the y-intercept, or your b. You could just count up 1, 2, 3. So in this case, the y-intercept is 3. Sometimes you'll see it written as an ordered pair, which would be 0, 3, because right on the y-axis, the x value is 0, because you haven't moved over to the left or right at all. That's where that 0 comes from. And the 3 is how far up you would move to get to that point. Here's another example. You can see that the line crosses the graph down here at this spot. And if you count down, -1, -2, -3, -4. So b equals -4. Or if you have to write it as an ordered pair, 0, -4. Sometimes it's not that easy. You're not given a picture, or the graph, the line crosses through at like some weird spot, like maybe right here, and so then you don't really know exactly what it is. And so there are other ways to find the y-intercept in those cases. Sometimes you're given an equation, and we have learned that the equation of a line, well, one type of equation of a line is y equals mx plus b, and the b is the part that's the y-intercept. So if the equation is already like y equals something x plus something, then it's really easy to find what the y-intercept is. In this case, it's 4. Down here, it's a little trickier because the equation has been sort of flip-flopped. However, hopefully you remember that you can rewrite, like change the two sides of the equal sign and just sort of flip-flop them. So this would be y equals 17x minus 3. And your y-intercept would be this part here. In this case, you have to include the negative. The y-intercept would be -3. Because maybe from our negative number unit, you might remember 17x plus -3 is the same as 17x minus 3. And so if you have mx plus b, then b is -3 in this case. Down here, example number 5, again, has been flip-flopped. So you can rewrite so that the y is on the left if you're more comfortable with it that way. However, we also have something funny going on the other side. So I'm just going to, like, step 1, rewrite it so that the y is on the left. And then you can see that the x isn't coming first. Like maybe you're used to y equals mx plus b, and it seems like our x is in the wrong spot. However, you can remember that the y-intercept is whatever number isn't with the x. So in this case, the number that is not with the x, or the number that is not the coefficient of x, is -1/2. So that would be the y-intercept. Finally, down here, another situation where they look a little flip-flopped. Again, if you like the y on the left side, you're welcome to rewrite it. Y equals 13 plus 2x. And again, whatever number is not the coefficient, or whatever number is not with the x, that's going to be the y-intercept. In this case, is 13. So hopefully that cleared up a few things for you.